Hello, hi, welcome to the Becoming series. This is the podcast where I share my personal development journey with you on my journey of becoming a Christian millionaire. I hope you will join me on this journey. So, I've been reading and continuing to read and review from this book, .com Secrets by Russell Brunson. And today I am talking about hook story offer. Hook story offer. Now, this chapter begins with a story. Brandon is standing in front of 2,000 men and he tells them a story. He tells them that he's just purchased this new iPhone for $600 last week, but in the next 10 minutes, someone in the audience will be willing to give him at least $100,000 for this phone. So he took his phone and told the 2,000 men that in the next few minutes, someone will be willing to pay him $100,000. So that was his hook. He then proceeds to tell a story. And in the story, Russell talks about how his phone contains all his Apple's book applications, and he says he's purchased well over 750,000 dollars in courses, and all of that is on his phone. He then goes on to talk about his contact list, that he's got lists of hundreds of people, including world leaders, influential people all around the world on that phone, and that all the names are there. He says the names have been worth millions of dollars to him alone, and that if whoever buys that phone, if they had the contact list, they could tell them that they know him, that Russell is the one who referred them. Okay, so the phone will come with all his list of contacts, and whoever purchased the phone could literally tell the person that they're going to call that, look, your number was given to me by Russell and he's referred me to you. Then the next thing he would offer is his Voxer. So Russell says that his highest end coaching clients pay him $100,000 per year to have access to his private Voxer channel. They have the ability to ask him any question at any time. And that's where he reviewed their funnels, he tweaked their copies, and he made connections and introductions to the people inside of his network. Right? They just have to message him. And he tells the people in the audience that if you had this phone, you would have lifetime access to my private Voxer channel. So whoever buys this phone will have access to Russell's private Voxer channel. Then he talks about the other applications that he has on his phone. He shows them his Google Drive application and how it has all the standard operating procedures for every division in his company, and his spreadsheets that listed all of his investments, their rate of return, and the projections from the top financial analysts in the world, all updated in real time. So he goes on and talks about, shares stories of what the phone actually contains. Then he says, who here will now give him $600 for this phone? He says every hand in the audience shut up. Okay. So he begins an auction. He then says, who will give him 1,000? All hands stay up. 5,000, every hand stays up. 10,000, 20,000, again, every hand stay up. Remember, this is a phone he got the previous week for $600, but now because of the story he has shared, every hand every hand stays up at 20,000. He then mentions 50,000. Every hand continues to stay up. He says, how about 75,000? Every hand stays up. Okay, 100,000. And he says at 100,000, he still had over 50 people in the room. Their hand, 50% of the people, their hand was raised. He says, okay, how about 250,000? Again, the 50 hands continues. He says, how about 500,000? And he says, at this point, he was even a little shocked because a few hands were still raised. So from 600,000 that he had paid, some hands were still up, still raised for 500,000. Then he said, if you're willing to pay 750,000 for my phone right now, come up on stage with me. And to his amazement and the amazement of the rest of the people, 3 people from the audience, they get up and they go to stage. And he asked them the question, why would you be willing to pay 750,000 for this iPhone? And then someone said, one of the guys said, after hearing everything that is on that phone, 750,000 actually seems like a really good deal. Just one contact from your address book alone could more than pay for the investment immediately. I would have paid more. So one guy confesses that to him, that 750,000 is not even enough. He is willing to pay more. All right. So Russell gives this demonstration to explain the importance of your hook, having a right hook, and having a story, and then the offer. Okay, so he says, I quickly explained how I use this hook, story, offer framework for them. I started with a hook to grab their attention, and the hook was, in the next 10 minutes, someone here will be willing to give me at least 100,000 for this phone. That was the hook. Of course, it got everybody's interest peaked. People thought, okay, why would I be willing to give you 100,000? So that was the hook. Then he then continues. He says, I then told stories about what was on my phone to increase the perceived value. And then I made an offer, and within minutes, the value of this phone went from $600 to over $750,000. All right. So I hope that that has explained to you the importance of why you must have a hook, something catchy that your dream customers, as soon as they hear it, they'll be interested to find more. Now, it doesn't end there. Once you have their attention, you need to tell them a story. And then after the story, you need to make them an offer. So, what Russell says is that every piece of bait you put out, such as adverts, emails, landing pages, upsells, webinars, and phone calls, should include a hook, a story, and an offer. Okay. So, this is the framework that Russell says we should model our business by, right? He says every step of your funnel will have a hook, a story, and an offer. The ads you place online, the emails you send, the landing page you create, as well as many upsells, webinars, or phone calls you make will have a hook, a story, and an offer. If something isn't working in your funnel, it's always either the hook, the story, or the offer. So imagine you might have a funnel that you've created, and if something is not working, according to Russell, people pay him hundreds of thousands literally for him to tell them that, look, it's got to do with either your hook, your story, or your offer. So think about your business. What is your current funnel that you're running? Think of one of them. What is the hook? Is your hook attractive enough? What is your story? And then what offer are you giving? If you're enjoying these book reviews, please leave me a message in the chat. Tell me what you're gaining from it. Please put your link, I'm going to put the link for the book in the chat so you can actually order the book if you don't have a copy. Otherwise, if you can't get a copy, then I will come back tomorrow, God willing, and continue reviewing this book. If you're enjoying the podcast, please do subscribe. Okay, do subscribe so that you can be notified whenever I put my I do the latest live, or put a new video to the channel. So I look forward to seeing you again real soon. Take care for now. God bless. Bye bye.